We're gonna start with some mobility. We got 3 exercises today. It's gonna start with a crossed shin or fire log. Crossed shin is where most of us will live here. If we're good, we can bring this leg over top of our knee, okay? Or just leave it in that crossed shin. We're gonna go 1 minute aside. He's gonna lean forward and really work some of that hip. At the minute, he'll switch sides and you're good for that crossed shin. The next thing we've got is our child's pose. Get these shoulders warmed up a little bit. He's gonna tuck that chin to his chest, reach his hands out in front, arms are straight, and he's sitting back, butt to his heels. Once he does this for a minute, he'll finish with 1 minute of down dog. Okay? We wanna try and get the heels as close to the ground as possible and forcing that head through my shoulders. Hang out here for a minute and you'll be good. Again, like we've always said, if you've got more time, then double the time for each position and you're only gonna feel better leading into this workout. All right, make sure you do the mobility. Don't cheat it. Okay, our workout for today. We got a couple new movements in here. I've actually been waiting 2 weeks to put this in here and find a spot to fit this in. This is gonna be a little different stimulus. I think you'll enjoy this. If you don't, feel free to send all your hate comments to Nate Agnew. He'll be sure to respond before our 2021 Christmas party. It's gonna start 20-minute AMRAP. Nate's behind the camera, he just figured it out. You see him laugh like, you know when you tell a joke and you know they don't get it because they're not laughing, then they laugh 10 seconds later? That was just what happened to me. So, okay, 20-minute AMRAP, 20 plyo lunges. We're looking for a plyometric lunge the whole time. If we can't do this, the first scale is gonna be that switch lunge, and the second one will be walking lunges in place. So those are 3 options. I really want to go plyo lunges if we can. If we're pain-free, but they're just hard, then just break them up, all right? You're probably wondering why I have a towel. That is for our second movement. You're gonna find a towel, probably the bigger towel, the better, like a beach towel will probably do the best. And he's gonna take a wide grip on that towel. He's gonna step in the middle of it with his deadlift stance. And he's gonna hold and squeeze as hard as he can, pulling that towel off the ground for 20 seconds. I wanna focus on a good back angle. Go ahead, relax for a second, and now face this way, yep. So what I'm looking to make sure it's the same, like his back is fired up. Hamstrings on fire, relax. We want 20 seconds pulling hard on that towel. If you do this right, you will know it. If you're like, man, that's not hard at all, you're not doing it right. You're not pulling off the ground. I want you to act like that towel is 400 pounds in a bar and you're trying to rip that thing off the ground. Keep my back nice and flat, my shoulders pinned back, and you'll get a lot out of this. The next thing we've got are 20 plyo push-ups, but not clapping push-ups. They're gonna be just hands coming off the ground. They gotta get off the ground. If I have to scale this, I can scale this to my knees, or I can scale to normal push-ups. Shooter's choice. Most likely, if you did knee push-ups throughout the progression for the last 42 days, you'll probably do knee push-ups with these plyos. If you did not and you did toe push-ups, you'll be good, but I would be careful how big of chunks I use with those 20 reps of plyo push-ups. Just because Spencer can do 20 doesn't mean it's smart to do 20 in a row, because you're gonna get through multiple rounds of this. The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take that towel again, we're gonna hold it overhead, and we're gonna hold the bottom for 20 seconds, our overhead squat. He comes down, he's right below parallel. If I have some limited shoulder mobility, I'll need a taller towel so I can get a longer grip on that bar. And relax. But 20 seconds, if I have to break this up, break it up into 2 sets of 10, however you want to accumulate those 20 seconds. And last but not least, this one is going to be 10 leg lifts over a cone but we're gonna make you stop. You're gonna have to have an object. The object I'd like you to use is a shaker bottle. You can fill that shaker bottle up with half liquid, all right? I'd like to see it half or less, because the heavier it is, the easier it's gonna be to get that to sit upright. So take half that liquid, put it in there. I'm gonna line my body up with that cone midway through my shins. I'm gonna bring it over. I have to let my feet go every round, every rep. Let that bottle settle and then continue for 10 reps. What I cannot do is just bring that bottle back and forth. Okay, that's nothing, that doesn't count. Those are free reps. I gotta bring it over, separate. Bring it over, separate. If it falls, you don't have to go back to 0, you just have to do that rep over again. Be honest with yourself, all right? If you owe me some extra reps, make sure you hit those reps. This will be challenging because, like anything, the coordination and accuracy piece, once our heart rate gets elevated, becomes much more difficult. If Spencer's heart rate is 65, he's probably pretty good at balancing that shaker bottle on either side of the cone. If his heart rate goes to 180, that becomes a much more difficult process. That's one round. Once he finishes, he'll start a second round, plyo lunges, deadlift hold, plyo push-ups, overhead squat hold, 10 leg lifts over the cone. You do as many rounds as possible in 20 minutes. All right, make sure you let us know how you feel about this one. Again, please, positive comments. Even if you hated it, tell me you loved it. Feed my ego. All right, guys, have fun. Okay, our finisher for the day. This is a Brent Wahlberg special. It is as many sets as possible in 4 minutes. We got 3 movements. It's gonna start with 10, tuck pulse. Lean back, bring those knees to my chest, but the big point of performance here, I gotta get those legs straight in the front. Once I do those 10, I go right into my 10 DC crunches. And I finish with my 20 bicycle crunches. Making sure I meet my elbow to my knee and relax. So that's 1 set. He would then rest as long as he thinks he needs so that he can reload and do another set unbroken. One thing I want to show is the transition between the tuck pulse and the DC crunch. 9 and 10, he's right up into his DC crunch. 9 and 10, right into his bicycle crunches. Once he finishes his 20, he then can rest and he's good. All right, that's 1 set. We're gonna complete as many sets as possible. If he gets through half of the bicycle crunches and has to stop, maybe he catches a cramp, his intestines, his ab kind of folds over like it happens to me, hey, you just did all that work for nothing. I gotta start that entire set all over again. All right, as many sets, 4 minutes. Let's see what you got. Back for our finisher. Today's finisher is going to be a number of push-ups for time. There's going to be 3 options, 50, 100, and 150. You choose based on probably what level you were at in your push-up cycle. Level 1 would be 50 push-ups for time, level 2 would be 100 push-ups for time, and level 3 would be 150 push-ups for time. You choose, but once you pick that number, it cannot change. It cannot change. So let's say Spencer, he chooses correctly and he picks 150. He has 150 push-ups for time. The only kicker is every rest, every break is a 200-meter run. If I don't have access to a run route or it's raining or whatever, I can sub a 30-second stone chair for those 200-meter runs. So now, I can take as much rest as I want. Let's say Spencer's down doing his push-ups. He can rest in the top all he wants. There's no Superman standard. It's just straight up until he rests. When he goes to his knees or his chest hits the ground and stays in the ground, we stay, we're done. We go do our 200-meter run and we come back. Now, We're gonna have a little fun with this. Nate, you tell Brent to come here. The fun is gonna be, we're gonna have a little competition. Not today, because I didn't give Brent enough warning, but you guys are gonna pick who is gonna win this workout between Brent and Spencer and Philip. All right? So there's 3 people. Nate, can you have Philip come in here for a second? Oh, there he is. I couldn't see him. All right. So between the 3 of them, they're going to do 150 push-ups, every break 200-meter run. You're going to pick, we'll put an Instagram post, you're going to put in the comments who you think is going to win. What was that? You hear that? Nate Agnew, I need you to come here for a second. Well, sorry, the producer just talked to my ear and said that there was one other person. There's our 4th contestant. All right, so now, what we're gonna do, if you think Nate, obviously right now Vegas probably has Nate as a fan favorite, not so much a actual odds-on favorite, but a fan favorite. Kind of like when you vote in the All-Star, the guy that, for the NASCAR race here in Charlotte, it's like, oh, we vote the guy that has no chance of winning. I'm not saying that's you, but I'm just saying like right now you're the All-Star vote, okay? So you would choose and you would put in the comments who you think is gonna win that workout. If you choose correctly, we'll have a prize. All right, maybe it'll be the winner. Like if Nate did win, he would contact you and say, you know what, I can do your message for you on your voicemail, and it'd be Nate's voice. You know, you start to see a lot of that where people like, well, they'll call like an actor and be like, hey, can you do my voicemail message for me? Because imagine someone calls your phone and they're like, hi. My name's Nate Agnew. I'm leaving a message for you know what I mean? There you go. So this could be big. This could be big. So make sure you choose correctly. And I will tell you, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking maybe Philip is kind of the long shot here. I will give you my pick live right now. I pick Philip Lewis to beat everybody in this workout. Okay? So I will put myself out there first.
Hey, he's gonna have to run.
Yeah, when I get them push-ups.
So they're questioning Philip's ability to run. I understand that Philip does not enjoy running that much.
But I can still do it.
But he can still do it. He's still gonna knock out a set of 80 to start this thing off. All right, so make sure, keep an eye out when you see this video go live. We'll have an Instagram post that will follow shortly behind it, and then you just have to put in the comments who you think is gonna win. All right? All right, guys, have fun.